Nunny, a good friend of mine, Nunny. We now play bowls against each other, but going back to when he was playing football, he came through our junior under-14 section. Of course, in those days we didn't have lower kind of competitions or under-12s or 10s, so we started off in under-14s. He won our best and fairest in 1968 in under-18s, and in his first year as a senior footballer up from the under-18s, he won the 69 and 70 best and fairest. So a very good junior player who just did very well straight away in senior football. So he was a half-back flanker, and he was actually nominated in the Redan Team of the Century as a half-back flanker and as a half-forward, because in later years he became a very damaging half-forward player.
As a team manager, he had something now that to this day still lives on. He had a little tradition before the game that he'd collect the valuables, and just before we're about ready to lock that up, he'd come out with the "Any more valuables, boys?" And even now when I bump into people around the traps, they say that to me, taking the mickey out of Kenny. So he's had an impact on a lot of players at the football club.
He was very good with his discipline, and they were out finishing off their practice run, and one of the things that John did like to see was the balls be put away correctly into a bag and taken into the club rooms. This particular night, Nunny decides he'll kick all the balls over to where we're walking off to the dressing gowns, and the balls are all on the ground there, and Johnny didn't take too good to that, and he suspended Nunny for a game. Here he is, one of our best players, suspended for a game for not putting the balls away correctly. And the next week after that suspension, he had to come down through the reserves. So that's a pretty way of, applying discipline.
Just that he's a top bloke. He around the club, he'd do anything for anyone. And just that fact that he had that impact on such a vast playing group over a period of time, that even now that they still ask me about what Kenny's up to. I don't think they care what I'm up to, but they're more interested in what Kenny's up to, and that's the impact that he has on people. So I'm extremely proud of him.
And when I look through our club records, the 3 premierships, he was one of the best players in 3 of those premierships. So in each of those games he kicked 2 or 3 goals and was very instrumental in helping winning those premierships. He ended up playing 113 games, and he retired after the 1977 premiership. So,
but he really loved every minute of being involved in Redan, and he's so proud of what we achieved as a football club. Not just myself that I got to play in some flags, but even the ones that I missed, he was really proud and he was really invested in that, and it means a lot to him, the success of the footy club and the sustainability of it moving forward. It was really emotional after both the victories in the 2002 and 2003. I could just see what it meant to him. But he kept on me about that he'd won 3 in a row and we could only get 2 at that point in time, and that was his, he was really sort of kept reminding me of that. But luckily enough for me, I got another one in 2007, and each and every time Kenny was the first person that I'd see after the game. He'd come up to me and give me a big hug and give me a, well done, Luke, well done on that, yep, well played. So it was really special for Kenny.
A very worthy person to be nominated for the Ballarat Hall of Fame, and it's really a great honour for him.
Throughout my entire career, Kenny was involved in some aspect of the club, and even after I had left, he still was involved at Redan and still has a hand in some of the things there. It means a lot to him to be involved in football in general, and I think being put into this Hall of Fame is about not just what he's done as a player, but also what he's done off the field and his contribution to the Redan Football Club. It's been really significant for him, but having him there throughout my career was just really, really important for me too.